Hi ladies! I wanted to shoot a quick video to let you know how I stay organized during a live Facebook party. So first I wanted to show you is what do I do with all of my duplicates? Alright, in the middle of a Facebook show I don't have all of my duplicates hanging on my pegboard because when people purchase more than one necklace, if it's hanging without something around it like the plastic or anything like that, when I put a bunch of things in their cart, it gets all tangled up. So I want to show you kind of what I do for a Facebook party and what system I use for organization. So just to look on the wall, if you can kind of see, I have an organizational system here, which all it is, these are shoe organizers that have a clear front, and the reason it does is the clear fronts are nice, ladies, because I can see at a cursory glance just that this is a brown one because I can kind of see through it. So if someone says, oh, I forgot the item number, it's the brown wrap. So it's so easy. I'm like, okay, I know which one it is. I can find it super lickety split. So that's really helpful to have that clear pouch or the mesh pouch so you can kind of see the product on the other side. Another thing is, when I get my jewelry, I just started doing this because it saves me a lot of time on the back end after I close out a party. So when I get jewelry in, what I do is I go ahead and check the jewelry. I pull it out of the plastic. I inspect it, make sure there's no defects or anything like that. And then what I do is I go ahead and put it in my organza bags because I serve my customers by placing all of their jewelry in the organza bags. Most of it, about 95% of it. Some of them, it's better to leave it in the clear plastic, but most of it, it's nice to have it in that organza bag. So if you kind of see, you'll see my jewelry here is all in organza bags. So that way, whenever I pull their cart at the end of the party and I invoice, all I have to do is shoot them the invoice. All of the jewelry, or the most of the jewelry, is go ahead and I don't have to inspect it or anything. I just go ahead and package it and get it ready for shipping. Saves a lot of time, so that's really helpful. Also, to let you know, above each of my organizers is a number. This one's 1 to 24 because each of these organizers hold 24 little sections here. And each one has a number written on it, and I've just got a little pinchy, one of those little pinchy clip binder things to hold it. And so that's how I have it organized, and you'll see above each one I have actually the number in that section so that I know what number I'm looking at, and they all have a number on the front. So let's walk over here, and just to let you know, this is the mannequin that I use, and during my live parties I play a game where we name the mannequin, which is really fun. Everyone submits a name and then we kind of vote to see what's the most popular name, and whoever we pick the name that they submitted, their name gets in extra time in my early bird drawing, so they have an extra chance to win a free piece of jewelry. And then sometimes if it's a big party, then they'll just win a prize. So it just depends on kind of the party, but mostly I'll just put it extra in there and they just have an extra chance to win from the early bird drawing. So anyway, it's super fun. She has had lots of names. Headless Helen. She was Sparkles and Snowbell recently because of the winter, so that's really fun. So we have a good time with that. But I wanted to show you, this is where I keep my pegboards, and then on the top of each pegboard I have a number. So this section here is number 1 to 96, and so all of these are pieces of jewelry that I have duplicates of, and 1 to 96 also matches the wall here, and the coordinating number for the piece of jewelry on the pegboard is the extra pieces are here. So what I do is, if I'm showing a piece of jewelry, so let's say for example I pull this piece here and I show the customer, I say this is item 38 and there's 2 available. The reason I know that is on the back I have the number and then I have how many is available. So let's say Susie at my party wants to purchase it, but she's the only one who wants to purchase it. I don't give her the one off the pegboard because I know that's my last one on the pegboard. That's the one I show. So I go to the coordinating number here and I pull it out of here and place it in her cart. And then that way, if let's say later on in the show someone says I want 38, then I can go ahead and look back on the pegboard because these are organized by tens. This is 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and so on. So I know the third row over, those are all my 30s. So I pull out whatever number it is and I'll see that there's two, and I'll remember during the party that one of them went, so I'll give her that one and I'll tell them it's sold out. But and then after the party, when I reset for the next party, I only have to inventory items 1 to 96, because all my other pieces of jewelry, I only have one. And so those work out really good, and I'll show you a cool tip on how to keep those organized. So during the party, let me show you something that I did that's super helpful. Is when I'm showing, let's say I'm showing this row, which is these are the 20s, in the 20s. So I'll show them the piece of jewelry and I'll say this is item 29, and once I show it and put in their cart whatever they wanted, I actually move it down to the peg right below it that's in the same line as that one. So I just move it down here, and then I'll show this whole row, and this whole row will end up down here. And then when I'm finished showing that row, I just pull them off and I stick them right back up here. So it helps me to inventory later. It saves me a lot of time because I know that one is only the items that are in the 20s. And so if someone later in the party wants something that's in the 20s, I know exactly where to find it. And also when I re-inventory to see, let's say I had 5 but 3 sold and I have to re-inventory and put 2, then I know exactly where to find it. Cuts down on a lot of time. So before I would just kind of move it wherever, and then it was just a huge mess and it would take me hours to try to move them in the right sections. So that's really helpful. That's helped me out a good bit. Also, on my other pegs, I have the coordinating numbers of what numbers are in that section. So this is 100 to 160 in this section, but all of those pieces of jewelry, I only have one. So I never have to re-inventory it because there's only one. So what I do is whenever I go through their shopping cart and I package their jewelry, if this is, let's say she purchased this one, then I'll pull this sticky note off and I keep it. So that way when my next piece of jewelry comes in, I just reuse that sticker because I know that number is available, and it helps me not to have to keep trying to remember, oh my goodness, what number is available, and I don't want to use a number I've already used. So I have that sticker, I just reuse it, and that's helpful. Saves me a lot of time later on. So hopefully those tips were helpful to you, ladies. Of course, you feel free, if you want to ask any questions, feel free to ask any questions that you have.